It's lights out. Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
Let's get the humping. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live on your Wednesday, December 15th. 10 days till Christmas. What the hell? Have you been naughty? Have you been nice? Have you been both? What's wrong with both? That's all I gotta say. Anyways, guys, welcome to Film Junkee Live. Appreciate you guys clicking in. Make sure you smash that like, thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure if you want to join, we'll do a members only stream today. If you want to be part of that, hit the join button, support the channel. Or if you want to support it with the Patreon, that's right up there too, or right down there, I should say, in the balls area. And then, of course, we got the Film Junkee Closet. Who's out there? What's going on, guys? Let's see. We got Dan of Steel tying themselves to a boulder and hoping they'll float. Yep, sounds about right. Anne's plan doesn't matter. She will, most likely be fired. Anne with a plan. Anne with a plan. Screw those people? Yes. I think that's, what a lot of us have to really say about that. What's going on, Mr. Jose? What's going on? Let's hump some nuts right there. Hello from Vegas. There we go, Travis. Or Trav man, I should say. Yes, I'm jealous that you're out there. I'm not sure Sarnoff is going to do. I'm not sure what that's a bad thing. And she's true neutral. She goes with the flow. Yeah. Does she really go with the flow? I mean, yeah, I guess she does. She's a puppet. She's a puppet. And that's what I'm saying. So, how you doing, Miss Selena Kyle? Good to see ya. Yes, and with a plan. She speaks. New article came out. She spoke somewhere. And we'll talk about it, of course. So, let's see, what else we got here? All right, we got, we got Fear Jason here. That's right. Good to see you, of course. What's going on, Mr. We Are Venom? Good to see you. Anna's gone. Zaslav made it clear. Oh, I know. Don't worry, we'll talk about that. Yeah, she's probably not going to last too much longer. That's for damn sure, so... We will see. Dane, good to see ya. Yes. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it, I was just like, what? Just going to put the black tea on. Why not? Nothing on it. So what can you do? That's right. Darling, you've been a bad, bad boy. It happens. Don't worry. Kylar officially gone, though. And you think so? Maybe. Yeah. Did he sell stocks? Good for him. I mean, he'll be well off, that's for sure. Man. Oh, man. That's going to be rough. No, I just got a whiff. Somebody in my little section over here in my apartment complex is cooking something, and it smells good. Oh, man. I'm going to be like, my stomach's going to be like, right now. I'm like, damn it. Why did they have to do that to me? Done with DC after the Flash anyway. Oh, after the Flash. Okay, so you're going to be done with DC you're still good with DC for a year. Is that what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Patterson? Good to see you. Good to see ya. There you go. I'm promoting apparently I have a good black shirt game going on. Still holding on your AMC stock. Good. As you should. I made some money on that AMC stock when the last time it actually went pew when it shot up to the moon a little bit. So, I actually did good. I was like, okay, and then I sold it and took the profits and said, all right, there you go. But I know, I'm thinking about actually throwing some more at it because I know it's kind of been doing that little thing. I don't know. I've been watching it. So, yeah, what's going on, Jedi MILF? Good to see you. It's been a little bit, but still coping with not so much anymore. And they've relaxed a little bit. Don't worry, they've relaxed a little bit. So it never lasts too long, It never does. But yeah, it was just for like a good 2.5 weeks that they were doing that, spinning the words and whatnot. What can he do? What can he do? It's just, it's fine. I don't mind it when I piss those guys off because those guys, they're all about themselves. They're not about anybody else, man. All about themselves, not about the people involved in this stuff, you know? It's just always fun. God, that smells good. Somebody is cooking something good. Man, this is going to be rough. It's going to be a rough show. What's going on? We got Alaksu here. Good to see you. And Legends here, too. Always good to see you. Man, I'm going to be, like, inhaling. I don't know. Something. I don't even know. Some kind of chicken, I think. It smells like a little bit of, like, some savory, delicious chicken that somebody's making right now. But that's going to be rough. Anyways, guys, thank you, of course, for clicking in. Of course, we got to, the smell. It smells like some kind of, smells like chicken, and smells like maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like some noodles too. I don't know. There's something. It smells really good, though. I wonder if it's my neighbor downstairs, which I shit you not, guys. My neighbor downstairs, I found this out probably about a week and a half ago when we came across each other. We were both pulling into the parking lot. My neighbor downstairs, he's an older gentleman. His daughter is married to Warren G. You know Warren G? You know, regulator! Come on, that guy? Yeah. Apparently, his daughter is married to Warren G. That's right. I was like, what? I went, the Warren G? What? Are you serious? I'm like, yeah. Apparently, they've been married for a while. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Pretty crazy. So if anybody, remembers Warren G, I mean, he's still very active. He does DJing and stuff like that. But man, when Regulator came out in the mid '90s, early '90s, man, that was like a big song right there. So rest in peace, yes, rest in peace, Nate Dogg. But yeah, my neighbor downstairs, his daughter is married to Warren G. Very random. Very random. So I'm wondering if it's him that's, oh man, that smells good. That is just wafting all through my apartment right now. Usually that doesn't happen. Like every now and again, when somebody's cooking something, yeah, it might waft in here. But man, whatever that is, it is smelling so good right now. So pretty crazy. But yeah, I was like, I mean, I literally was like, as if there's anybody else that would be named Warren G. I was like, the Warren G? And he was just like, yeah. And I was like, what the hell, man? That's crazy. Yeah, so what's going on, Mr. Scully? Good to see ya. Oh, man. Let's see. Good luck with tonight's stream. Listen in the background. Oh, yeah. Go for it, man. As long as you're listening, that's all that matters. All that matters, guys. And you can listen too, if you type in Film Junkee in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. I'm on there too, guys. So if you have any of those services, guess what? I upload all the streams to that service. So you just hear it audio if you need to. So yeah. Oh, we got Michelle Magic here. What's going on, man? Seen No Way Home. I see. Oh, you seen it. It was lovely. Little problems for me, but lovely. That sounds like that's gonna kind of be like my review of it. I'm probably I'm sure gonna have issues with it, but yeah, no spoilers, guys. I know some people out there have seen it, and now people in the UK got to see it early as well. I'm seeing it tomorrow, 6:30 my time, so looking forward to that. Yeah, me and my brother are going to go see it, and I can't wait. It's going to be pretty exciting. Can't wait to see it, Just hearing things. Try not to see things, but, just be wary, guys. Be wary, because I've been hearing people like just logging into YouTube. There are people, I mean, that's what's so shitty about how YouTube can kind of run things. It's like, hey, guess what? You did commentary, you did fair use over this clip, right? Well, we're going to ding you anyways, okay? We're going to ding your channel where, you might lose it if you get some more dings. But, on the front page, people who apparently just were like recording spoilery fucking scenes from a big fucking movie. Yeah, we're just gonna let that be on your homepage. Congratulations. You would think that Marvel YouTube, they'd be like, hey, we got to make sure we regulate this. I don't know. I mean, then again, it could be just very difficult to do that. I don't know. But yeah, there's some people that I've talked to that basically got some stuff spoiled just from logging onto YouTube and seeing the homepage and seeing thumbnails, because people are just ruthless. People suck. That's why, go back to that video. Where, if you guys don't remember, it's I still have it locked up. This video right here.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tom here. I hope you're all as
excited as we are for the new release
of Spider-Man No Way Home.
We just wanted to put out a little message
asking that when you guys do see the movie,
please don't spoil it for anyone.
You guys realize this video is useless because people suck.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Anyway, this movie is so huge.
And we can't wait to watch it with you this December on the big screen.
See you there, and remember, no spoilers.
But Jamie, you are a spoiler.
What you mean I'm a spoiler?
You guys do realize that this movie's been spoiled for like a year. He started it. Instagram. Pretty much we're all on our own. Yeah. So, this was cute though. Cute. Adorable. That's right. Yeah. You know, I know. Who thought that would work? Of course it's not going to work, but that's something you have to do, and it's also part of marketing. Obviously, it's part of marketing. But, you know, it's just leave it to me to kind of make fun of it, you know, and whatever. So, but anyways, so there you go. Yeah, there's just going to be some assholes out there. What can you do? Yeah. I got Endgame spoiled for me too. Like somebody flat out in my mentions just was like, said this person dies, that person dies. You know, it was just like a lot of things. Or no, it was Infinity War, not Endgame. It was Infinity War. To this point, yeah, it just comes with the territory. You know, yeah, like I said, I'm more, I'm more excited for Matrix than I am Spider-Man, but I am hyped for Spider-Man. So. It's just the way it is, guys. Just the way it is. It happens, and if you want to avoid it, you just got to log off. You got to log off. You got to unplug from the Matrix, that's for sure. So, anyways, all right. Let's go ahead and let's go to the tweets. Let's see what's happening in the Twitter world. And like I said, I will never, ever tweet a spoiler for anything. Never will. Because I'm not like that. Are you kidding me? Come on. All right. All right, let's go to the tweets. See what happened right here. And speaking of the Matrix, I loved what Kevin right here tweeted out. I mean, you know, the Matrix sequels get a lot of shit, but I mean, but he talks, you know, he said Matrix Revolutions is so sick. I mean, yeah, there's some beautiful fucking shots. I mean, yeah, some of these images are not like the biggest, but you know what? I don't care what anybody says. I mean, they are beautifully shot movies. And, you know, this was like almost 20 years ago, which is crazy, you know. When you watch some of that, I'm actually going to be, I've been rewatching the Spider-Man movies. I'm going to be rewatching the Matrix trilogy again in preparation. This weekend. This weekend's going to be a Matrix-filled weekend. I'm going to watch the trilogy. I'm going to watch the Animatrix. I'm going to watch it all because I am so fucking hyped for Matrix Resurrections. Cannot wait. Look at that handsome devil. Look at that. Our first Blade right there. How the fuck is the MCU going to measure up to this? I don't know. But they're going to try. That's all. Yeah, so. And then look at this. Screen Rant right here had an article that says The Batman is IMDb's most anticipated movie of 2022, coming ahead of multiple superheroes, dinosaurs, and Tom Cruise. Twice. Yeah, that's right. Tom Cruise, twice. This just shows you right here how, you know, Batman, just, let's face it. And we're getting 3 Batmen next year. That's what's so great. I love that. We're getting 3 Batmen that are going to be in there, so, you know, just right there. But according to IMDb, yes, The Batman is the most anticipated movie of next year. If anybody thinks that movie's going to flop, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Charlie Cox. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, it's Charlie Cox's birthday. And then, of course, Deborah Ann Wall, she wished him a happy birthday. So with a picture of both of them right there. We all know she's returning. Of course she is. We know that's going to be the case. Yes. And let's all take a moment and just appreciate the beauty that is Haley Steinfeld. Yes, my God. This woman is just absolutely gorgeous. Right there, wearing the purple, obviously for, you know, I mean, I don't know if it was meant for Hawkeye stuff, but of course I'm going to give you my review of Hawkeye, which is going to be the 4th topic today in today's show, which, you know, man, I tell you what, there's something about that show that I'm going to mention that I'm like, wow. you know. See where I'm wondering where I rank it, you know. So, but yeah, she's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I posted this image right here because, you know, we're going to be talking about Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's been mentioned a lot in the news lately. Look at this image right here. It's not that great. This is an image from me. This is what was taken off of my phone back in 2017 when I was on the red carpet. Not, you know, I didn't go to the premiere, but I saw, of course, Justice League on the Warner Brothers lot, and then I made my way over to the premiere. There's Cavill right there. I tried to snap a picture of him. Of course, it's kind of blurry. They were all walking pretty fast. Yeah, I went down memory lane, and, you know, I remember, like, taking the picture of Cavill and going, oh my God, if only I wanted to yell at him. I'm like, dude, your face! What did they do to your pretty face? Don't walk in there. Don't watch this movie. Go out in the lobby, at least for the first part. Oh God, it's so bad. You know, I just felt bad. I felt bad. I was like, damn. I remember even thinking, I'm like, does Cavill know what they did to his fucking face because of that damn mustache? But yeah, so that's an image right there. For, you know, when I was right there on the red carpet while they were all walking in. And then I just remember being, you know, punched in the gut when I saw Debbie, did not see Zack, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Hey, Mr. Ben Everts, you're a year long. It's been a year since you're a member. Hey, look at us. Look at us. There you go. There you go. Ah, Ben with a $10 donation. Aren't you awesome, man? Yeah, here's to many more, man. You know, many more. Like I said, you know, I always love talking to you on the Vodka stream and, of course, talking to you on any roundtable that you guys have. So thank you, Ben. It's been great. You know, really appreciate the friendship that we've developed in this fandom. And looking forward to many more talks with you. So thank you, Ben, Mr. Everts. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sticking with it. Thank you for sticking with it. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool. I was like looking through my thing and just all the Cavill talk, you know, and just brought up this image and posted it right there, you know. I know. You're crying, Ben. I have an image of Momoa, of Amber Heard, of Ben Affleck, of I think Gal. I got Gal, and then I don't know. I don't know if I got a. Was Ray Fisher there? And was Ezra Miller there? I'm trying to remember that now. I think they were. I don't know. I'll have to look again. I'll have to dig into there. You know, I didn't even think about that, but I was looking through because I went to my Instagram where I posted all that. So, because as you can see right here, it says 4 of 7. So I just kind of screenshot it. So, but anyways. And yeah. This article right here, you know what? With the Ben Affleck talk yesterday, obviously he's been doing interviews and talking about the Tinder bar. And, you know, this article right here from page 6 can go fuck itself with its headline that says, Ben Affleck, I would have still been drinking if I stayed married to Jennifer Garner. Fuck that. Another stupid, shitty clickbait headline, because if you actually open up the article, if you actually open up the fucking article and listen to his quotes, obviously it's taken out of context for you to click on it. And it was kind of gross even seeing the tweets that were underneath this, you know, because Ben basically talks about how the fact that, yes, that him and Jennifer, they tried so hard to just try to make it work for their children, okay? They tried to make it work, but he felt trapped. They were, of course, probably just going, you know, just bumping heads constantly. Their marriage just was not working, but they tried to stay together for their kids. And then, of course, Ben just led to him drinking a bottle of scotch a night and falling asleep on the couch. That's what he says in there, okay? And that's what he says. He even says that, like, yeah, that, you know, that led to heavy drinking. But, of course, this headline just makes it seem like he's just like some piece of shit. But, you know, it's just really shitty. I just fucking hate that. And that's why I remember seeing this yesterday, and I didn't really want to talk about it, but then I saw people talking about it today, and it really is a misleading headline because they really, really tried to make it work. They did. They tried to make it work. 100% try to make their marriage work for their children. And then, of course, it got to the point where that wasn't going to be the case. And I think even Jennifer Garner was like, you know what? You need to go to rehab. And I think she even went, you know, she kind of helped them out with that. She did. Got to that point. So, I mean, it sucks that that's what happens, sadly. You know, that's just part of life. I mean, it's a risk you take when you go down that route. I mean, nowadays it's pretty difficult to keep it going, and especially when you're celebrities. I mean, it's got to be twice as hard, 5 times as hard, 10 times as hard, who knows, to you know, stick with somebody and raise a family when you're a fucking celebrity. I mean, that's got to be very, very, very difficult. And yeah, so fuck you, Page Six, for writing that piece of shit headline right there. Ugh, it's just so fun. Hate you. Anyways, all right. David Ayers in Echo Park, which of course is over here in the California area. Took a picture of that. Looks pretty cool. Some graffiti all over that, but yeah, what can you do? And then we got Lady Gaga here. She talked about, she was asked if she would ever do a superhero movie, and here's her answer right here.
Superhero movie? I might, yeah. I it's really hard for me to say that I wouldn't do something. Right. I think mostly I'm not interested in doing things that don't ultimately have something meaningful to say. Superhero movie?
Yeah.
I might.
Makes sense. That's why she only does certain movies. I mean, I wouldn't say Machete Kills or Sin City. I don't know if that was anything meaningful to say, but I think still, you know, it was something that was different. Obviously, she likes to challenge herself. But, you know, it kind of makes you wonder, what would she be in the superhero movie world? You know, would she be a Poison Ivy? Would she be somebody on the, I don't know, would she be a good guy? She seems like she would be more of a bad guy. I don't know. I just thought, like, you know, Poison Ivy, you know, just she would obviously rock that red hair, and she could probably pull that off big time. I mean, if you've seen some of the, if you've seen that season of American Horror Story that she was a part of, I mean, my God. Yeah. How'd she do in House of Gucci? She was great. She was fantastic. I thought she was good. I know some people had problems with her accent, but I was like, I don't know. I thought she did pretty good. So that's why she's getting nominated, I thought. So, you know, he said nothing. Yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody, but what can you do? The original Jurassic Park cast have equal screen time to Chris and Bryce in Jurassic World Dominion. So there you go. I was kind of wondering about this because obviously Mr. Jeff Goldblum was in the last Jurassic World and he was barely in it. Pretty much every scene that you saw in the trailer was the scenes that he had in the movie. But apparently these three have equal screen time as Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. So that's good. I'm glad for that. It's not just little cameos, not just short little scenes. I like seeing that. And I like seeing, you know, people talking about this movie right here, Miami Vice. That's right, Miami Vice. Hey, don't sleep on Miami Vice. We've talked about this on the Vodka stream. I arguably top 3 Michael Mann movie. I mean, Heat, Collateral, yes. Those are probably 1 and 2 right there, but I would say Miami Vice is 3 in my book. I don't know why Miami Vice. I think it's just because it was an existing franchise and Michael Mann took it to a serious route and Michael Mann the shit out of it. And I'm just saying, you know, don't sleep on Miami Vice with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell right there. You realize that's Electro and Penguin right there, right? Isn't that crazy? It's always crazy when you see like, oh yeah, that's Electro and that's Penguin right there. 2 villains of 2 very big franchises when it comes to superhero movies. And then Harry Potter fans, I'm sure everybody's excited. Like I said, I was never really into the Harry Potter movies, and I know some people give me shit about that. But HBO Max, of course, on New Year's Day, they're going to be streaming the reunion, 20 years in the making, Harry Potter 20th anniversary. So they posted this right here that shows, you know, some of the gang getting back together. Of course, mainly the main 3. So I'm sure, you know, I mean, I'm probably going to watch it myself, even though I haven't seen all the Harry Potter movies. I haven't. I've seen the first 3. I think that's pretty much it. But, you know, I'll probably watch it too just to see, just to watch the reunion. The Trinity. There you go. The Wizard Trinity right there. So, and then according to Luis Fernando right here, in Korea's box office, Spider-Man No Way Home had the strongest opening day since Endgame's 8.2 million, grossing 4.3 million on Wednesday, beating Frozen 2. And yeah, It's looking pretty strong. There's no way this movie doesn't make $1 billion. This movie's going to make $1 billion. It's just going to make $1 billion. It really is. It's going to make $1 billion. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, it's not like we didn't know this, guys, but finally Vincent D'Onofrio was like, hey, yes, I'm in Hawkeye. I mean, obviously I'm going to talk about the episode, but yes, this is a cool little graphic right there. Obviously, you could see the outline of Kingpin right there with the Hawkeye logo. But yes, Vincent D'Onofrio was like, hey, yeah, when I was a boy. Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, it's no secret anymore. We all knew it was coming, so it's no spoilery stuff. But I like the fact that he tweeted that. He's probably been holding on this for a while. And, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, there's one more episode in this season left. I really love this. This poster right here, I would fucking have this on my goddamn wall. I mean, all the Matrix Resurrections posters have been great, but this is a fan-made poster. Wake up, there's a choice to be made. Check out this fan art created by Ad Stothard that shows right here, which shows Neo, you know, instead of bullets that he's stopping, it's blue pills. I love it. And then, of course, he's got the cat, got the kitty cat right there. Fucking love this, man. Great fan art poster. Everything about this poster is absolutely fantastic. Really is. I'm telling you, the marketing for Matrix Resurrections has been pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Of course, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Oh, boy. And then, of course, we have, hey, look at that. Even Wonder Meg's here, and she's a year-long member. Well, thank you, Wonder Meg. There you go. So you and Ben, year-long. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. That's what I'm talking about, you know? That's what I'm talking about, the friendships that we create when it comes to this fandom. It's really been great. And then we have an interview right here with Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal's crazy fucking hair. That's right. I don't know why she decided to go crazy hair like this, but they talk about Morbius and Blade crossing over.
Is there any thought of like having other characters come over into the MCU, like a Morbius, like have a team up with Blade and Morbius for a sequel franchise movie? Any thoughts on that?
Blade and Morbius,
Yeah.
that's a cool idea. We, you know, the future, you never know what's going to happen. There's all sorts of possibilities.
Just smile. Just smile, Kevin. Just smile. Let the lady talk. Yeah. He's just like, oh, Blade and Morbius. And then she was like, oh, yeah, that'd be a cool idea. I was like, whoa. Yeah, just let her talk. It's got to be fun for Kevin. He's been having fun doing interviews with Amy Pascal, I'm sure, you know. Jeez. Oh, wow. Meg, you're really going to say we are friends? Damn. Look at that. See what I get? See what I get? She just said that right now. How dare you? How dare you? Just breaking my heart, Meg. Just breaking my heart. Anyways, you know what doesn't break my heart is the love that Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck have with each other. And Kevin McCarthy interviewed both of them. Interviewed, of course, Henry Cavill for The Witcher, and then Ben Affleck for The Tender Bar. So this is like a little cut that he put right here that shows them two talking about each other.
I just want to tell you, I talked to Ben Affleck yesterday for The Tender Bar. He told me to send you his best. Ben, in a weird coincidence, you're my favorite Batman of all time. I'm talking to Henry Cavill tomorrow. Anything I can deliver to him. Any message you want me to give to him?
Give him my best. Don't drift off while you're talking to Henry, because they'll zoom in on you and play a Sound of Garfunkel song.
So he also said, don't drift off during the interview because someone might zoom in on you awkwardly. I just wanted to ask you real fast, Snyder Cut, I love the movie. What was your reaction to it? And can we have a future for Superman? Because you're the best Superman of all time, man. You are the greatest ever to play the character.
Thank you. First of all, three things. Hi to Ben Affleck as well. Big fan of his. He's brilliant. And Justice League, Snyder Cut. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a wonderful way of Zack getting his version of the story out, and important to do too. And I thought there was a wonderful tenderness to the movie, which existed, and
wonderful tenderness
was essential for the representation of Superman. And the last piece, I would love to play Superman again. It all depends. There's so many moving parts to that.
Depends on Ann, Toby. Of course, we're going to talk more about that because he's been talking. I mean, obviously, anytime that Cavill, he's been, of course, promoting Witcher season season 2, so everybody's been asking him about Superman. So, of course, that's going to be the second topic. So we'll go back to this. But I love the fact that Kevin McCarthy, he's always getting these interviews, and then he put that little cut together of both talking to both Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, and then making their jokes. Man, I remember the back and forth that those two had. What do they call it? Benry? Is that what their bromance was called? Benry? Yeah. Who misses that? I miss that for sure. But yeah, they're back and forth, and all the pictures and the interviews that they had together when it came to the BVS marketing. It was so great, so great. And hey, speaking of Michael Mann, Heat came out 26 years ago. 26 years ago that Heat came out. Great movie, and of course, he brought together these two huge icons right here. De Niro and Pacino. That's right. De Niro and Pacino. And there's my terrible De Niro and Pacino impression right there. So, great fucking movie right there. So, gotta love it. And then 26 years ago, the same year, Jumanji came out with Robin Williams. May he rest in peace. But yeah, Jumanji also came out 26 years ago. Crazy to think about that. Makes me feel old. Makes you feel a little bit old right there. Classic Doctor Strange poster. Look at this. I love that. Yeah, that's trippy. Makes it, a little trippy right there. We got David Ayer talking about if we support each other, we grow together. There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Talking about the support, of course, from my fellow colleagues out there that have YouTube channels themselves. It's always good. Always good to do that. Always good to support each other. You find that niche, you find that, group of people, and you just try to support each other as much as you can. Sometimes I feel like I don't support enough, when it comes to this stuff where I'm like, oh shit, because I'm just lazy about stuff. Like Meg will contest to this, that I forgot to hit the subscribe button on her YouTube channel. At first, even though I was watching her stuff, I forgot to subscribe. I apologize. You're still out there. Love you. Anyways, this is perfect. If I did have a Christmas tree, I would want this on top of it. This is so good right here. Who would not want this on top of their tree? Little John McClane action, jumping off Nakatomi right there. Yeah, I need this. Even if I don't have a tree, I want this. This could be like a centerpiece on my table or something like that. Totally. Yeah, see, look at her comment right there. I know. I totally was like, oh shit, I forgot to subscribe because I'm bad. Sometimes on Twitter, I'll be like, oh shit, I thought I was following this person. I'm really bad at that. It's my New Year's resolution to be better. Better at subscribing and following people. Hey, and you want to see a poster that sucks? Well, there you go. Good Lord. Man, I'm still gonna watch this movie, and hopefully I enjoy it. But I'm not big on the game, so I'm just gonna watch it as the movie. Yeah. So, but this poster, yeah, it's not that great. I mean, it's just like, all right, let's just stand there, do a pose, and then we're gonna put like Pirate Robert's ship in the background. I don't know. It sucks. It just sucks. I don't know. Posters with Tom Holland tend to suck. Apparently, I don't know. Jeez, man, I tell you, who knows? Jeez, but this is pretty cool right here. Hey, the original Bat universe that Tim Burton started. Good job right here. Cool artwork from Josh Lee right there. I love it. Absolutely love this drawing right here. This actually looks like the Keaton Batman that I have right now. Yes, Dane, thank you for the donation. Yeah, I don't know. The poster sucks. It really does. The poster, not this poster, but yeah, this poster right here sucks. It's not that good. It's really not that good. We got Kat right here who, of course, with all the leaks that are happening, and she's just like, I'm bored, which, if you watch that interview, of course, with Marissa Tomei, she seemed like she was really bored too. Really love it. Yeah, happy birthday to him. And then, of course, we'll be talking about that. And then, yeah, Zack posting the knife right there, which Chris Novak, retweeted. Good for him. Good for that guy. That's got to be cool. We got Fear Jason showing Zack in the Matrix. Man, can you imagine a Zack Matrix movie? Oh, man, that'd be pretty fucking sweet. That'd be pretty fucking sweet if that was the case. But there you go. There are the tweets right there. What's going on, Rhea? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. But anyways, so there are the tweets. Let's talk about Ann with the Plan. Ann with the Plan. Get rid of that guy. All right. Ann with the Plan. Let's see what she had to say at some conference today, because a new article came out talking about, the strategery that Warner Brothers is going to be having next year, which, of course, they're going to abandon the whole simultaneous release with HBO Max, which, now that we're basically in the home stretch of one last big movie, it's kind of crazy that this whole thing started with Wonder Woman 84 at the end of last year, and now we're going to wrap it up with Matrix Resurrections this year, which is, it's going to be what's great about it. What I always said is the fact that, and I'm really looking forward to this next week. There's not going to be a Film Junkee Live on Wednesday because I'm actually going to go see Matrix Resurrections at like 4 o'clock my time on Wednesday because they're releasing it on Wednesday. So there won't be a Film Junkee Live next Wednesday. Maybe we'll just do something on Thursday, I think. I think I want to do something on Thursday. Maybe we'll do like a Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler discussion or something like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I just like the fact that I can come home and then just rewatch it again because I'm sure I'm going to want to watch that movie specifically again. So, but anyways, so here's the article right here that was from THR that talks about this. Let's go to it. All right, now get rid of that. All right, crap. What did I do? Go back. All right, Warner Brothers has no plans to shift 2022 theatrical release strategy, CEO says. Have we thought about going back to the day and date? Sure, we thought about it, but we have made our commitments to the theaters and the agents to the talent, and Sarnoff says. Warner Brothers has no plans at the moment to change the 2022 theatrical release strategy, despite the Delta and Omicron variants of COVID-19 continue to impact the movie business. Warner Brothers CEO Ann Sarnoff, speaking at a conference hosted by Bloomberg Wednesday, acknowledged that the theatrical business remains a work in progress, but that its 2021 strategy of releasing movies in theaters on HBO Max the same day is unlikely to be repeated next year, regardless of what happens with COVID. So here's what Ann with the Plan has to say. We have thought about going back to the day and date. Sure, we thought about it, but we have made our commitments to theaters, and of course, that we already read that. Everyone was hoping we would be on the other side of the pandemic by now. Well, Ann, we kind of are, but at the same time, we kind of aren't, because, we can go in a whole discussion about how all this is, being handled and, some of the stuff out there, of course. But, we are slightly on the other side, I would say, because luckily this new variant is not as deadly, of course. From reports saying it's more mild, and hopefully that this new variant will wipe out the other stuff, the other ones, the Alpha and the Delta and whatever the hell is else out there, and the fact that it's not as strong and it's not going to affect people as much. And then, of course, more people are vaccinated, more people have immunity, they have all that. And hopefully we can get more on the other side of this by next year. Let's face it, we are getting to that point. So, I could see the point with all that. But there's still going to be an effect. There's still going to be people that are not going to want to go to the movie theater, though. So it says Sarnoff added that older moviegoers, namely those over 35, remain the most hesitant about returning, while younger consumers are going to movies more readily. This is kind of what Ben Affleck said yesterday when he was talking about where the movie industry is going. And he talked about this. He kind of talked about this as well. For us to really get back in the swing, we need the broader spectrum of demographics and taste, Sarnoff said, adding that big action adventure movies, superhero movies, and horror movies seem to be driving the most interest in movie theater ticket sales for now. As a whole, We are hoping that by next spring, when we have the Batman release, that we will have much more full attendance. I would say so too. IMDb, of course, reported that the Batman seems to be the most anticipated movie of next year. But in addition to the movie business, Sarnoff also discussed the competitive streaming landscape, which is being led by Netflix and Disney. Sarnoff argued that Warner Media's offering HBO Max will be able to compete with the market leaders by having a more complete offering. I think if you look at Netflix and see a very big 4-quadrant first mover advantage, Sarnoff said, noting Netflix's approach to creating content for a wide range of viewers. However, Netflix does not have major franchises. Oh, yeah, they're building new franchises. That's what they're doing, Ann. They're trying to acquire franchises. If you look at Disney Plus, you see a lot of franchises, but not a 4-quadrant approach. We have both, she added, noting franchises from DC Comics and HBO, as well as kids programming, major movie releases, and programming for men and women. It almost seems like she's just trying to be like, what does Zaslav want me to say? Should I say what is Zaslav saying? Because I want to keep my job. What is he saying? Okay, what is he saying? That seems to be the case, right? Sarnoff also discussed one of the company's most important franchises, Harry Potter. Let's see. We would love to develop more original Harry Potter series, and we regularly talk to J.K. Rowling and her team. Oh man. Yeah. Sadly, I mean, J.K. Rowling's been kind of she's been run through the ringer a little bit lately, but, it's just, it gets ridiculous when you talk about all that. That's a whole other discussion, but, yeah, there's that. I mean, luckily HBO Max is going to have that reunion, which is good. It's got to be right, though. Whatever we do has to be true to the canon and true to the ethos of Wizarding World and who Harry is. So, there you go. You could have had more, Anne. You could have had more. You could have had a little bit more when it came to the Snyderverse, but sadly, you put the kibosh on that the Monday after it came out. You didn't have to say it like that. I mean, that's what's so funny about that. I wonder when that article came out where she just put the complete kibosh on the Snyderverse and even the Ayer cut. She even did that with the Ayer cut. Saying that they're not going to release the Ayer cut. The Monday after Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. I mean, how did that look? Especially after people were buzzing and still continue to buzz about what the Snyderverse had to offer. The 1.5 million that tweeted out that hashtag. And yes, of course, big chunk was from the fans. But when you have all these celebrities and whatever the hell, they are tweeting out restore the Snyderverse because they watched Zack Snyder's Justice League and went, holy shit, that was awesome right there. Now, let's get some more of that. And you completely just go like, nope, that's it. We're just going to put, when you're running, you're a CEO and you're talking about product. You're talking about one of your biggest product, your DC products right there. And you're basically just going, nope, putting the kibosh on that. It's like, yeah, you got the Batman coming out. You got Black Adam coming out. Sure, that's great. But hey, guess what? There's all this that was right there that was already like kind of ready to go. And you were just like, nope, that was it. Nope, sorry. Obviously at that time, I was thinking that maybe Toby had his hand up her ass and was going like, no, just put the kibosh on it, man. And now we got Dave Zaslav probably going, what the fuck are you guys doing? That's what I'm thinking. You kind of want to be a fly on the wall when it comes to like maybe the conversations that Zaslav and Sarnoff and Emmerich probably had. You kind of, Zaslav's probably like, really? You guys didn't want to, really? You just didn't want to, what the fuck? You kind of want to like be a fly on the wall when it comes to all that. But hey, what can you do? Ann with a plan. What's the Ann's plan? Unemployment. That's what it is. That's probably what's going to be. What's the plan? She'll be all right, though. I think she's probably made enough money where she could be fine. She could be good. She could retire early. Because, I don't know, I think her job and Toby's job are definitely going to be, they're definitely going to be cut off. Toby for sure, but I think Ann, who knows what's going to be happening with all that. So, That's just my opinion on it. And with a plan. When it comes to the whole day and date release, I mean, it's all. I've said it before. I've said it many times on here. It's like, I don't know. You got to find that balance. You really got to find that balance because no matter what, streaming's always going to be a thing. There's going to be people that are just not going to want to go to the movie theater again. I mean, I hear it still constantly. When I saw House of Gucci, one of my good friends, Candace, she said this was like her first movie that she's seen since the pandemic, you know? And then her friend that showed up too, she only saw one other movie since the pandemic. I mean, there are people that are still not going out to the movie theater. I mean, there's like some radio shows and some podcasts I've listened to where people even talk about, yeah, I haven't gone to the movies in forever and blah, blah, blah. There's so many people that are still not going to the movies. Luckily, yes, recently things are starting to open up again. And obviously with Spider-Man, that's coming out this week. There's going to be, I think that's going to be the first movie that hits $1 billion, of course, since the whole thing started. But there's still going to be people that don't want to go to the movies, that want to, and like what Ben Affleck was saying, he says, he's even saying that he doesn't think like any of his movies that he's going to be in are ever going to get a theatrical release anymore. And he's okay. I mean, he's okay with that. He's been talking about this for 20 years. He knows where the industry's going. So it's just like, to me, it's like, yeah, I understand that, yes, we want to have that theater experience and we want to get people out there again, but you have to, there's got to be some kind of balance. And it just doesn't seem, it sounds to me like she's just like, no, it's just all going to be in the movies. That's it. It's like, okay, well, how long? When are they going to show up on HBO Max? You know, that's the question I have for next year's movies. Do they have a plan? Is there going to be like a, couple weeks, 45 days? What's happening with that? I don't know. Some of these people need to start considering that just a little bit more. And I love the fact that Ben Affleck is totally being like, yeah, whatever. As long as people get to see it, I guess, right? Who knows, man? Who knows? But Anne with a plan. That's her right there. But, and you know what's not part of Anne's plan? Henry Cavill coming back as Superman? Jesus Christ. I mean, that should be in the plan, but it's not. Apparently. I don't know what's going on with that. None of us are. We're just kind of wondering. I mean, obviously this man wants to play Superman so much, and yet they just don't want to give it to him. But yes, obviously now that he's promoting The Witcher Season 2, which if you saw my review of Episode 1, excellent. I think it's definitely going to be something. They're definitely taking it to the next level when it comes to The Witcher. And looking forward to seeing more episodes and see where the season goes and see where the whole thing goes. I mean, they've already announced Season 3, so Netflix has a plan. Netflix knows what they're doing because, again, they're, hey, Cavill, you want to come over here? Oh, Zack, you want to come over here too? Yeah, Warner Brothers sucks. Yeah, Warner Brothers, yeah, that's a toxic relationship. Don't worry. Come over here. Oh, yeah, we'll treat you good. We'll treat you all good. Like, what do you want? What do you want? You want that? Okay, yeah, you can take that. You can take that too. Jesus Christ. That's exactly what Netflix is doing. Warner Brothers, not so much. But let's face it, I think Zaslav's going to get to the point, kind of see what Netflix is doing, and then hopefully something will happen. But anyways, so, obviously back to that video where, there's a couple videos right here. But let's go back to that one where he talks about the Snyder Cut, of course, with McCarthy right there. I love what he had to say about it. Let's see. Oh, it froze up. You stupid piece of shit. Come on. Oh, now I got to find it again. Fucking Twitter. I tell you. Fucking Twitter. What can he do? Freaking Because Cavill's just, he's so strikingly beautiful, right? That's what did it. Froze it up. All right, let's go back to the Kevin McCarthy video right here when he talks about what he said about the Snyder Cut. Let's go back to it.
I love the movie. What was your reaction to it? And can we have a future for Superman? Because you're the best Superman of all time, man. You are the greatest ever to play the character.
Thank you. First of all, three things. Hi to Ben Affleck.
He was
well.
like, whoa.
Big fan of his. He's brilliant. And Justice League, Snyder Cut. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a wonderful way of Zack getting his version of the story out and important to do too. And I thought there was a wonderful tenderness to the movie, which existed. And that, I think, was essential for the representation of Superman. And the last piece, I would love to play Superman again. It all depends. There's so many moving parts to that it's not just down to my desire. It's down to a lot of things.
You look good. Every time I see you, like a little more cleaned up and polished. Next time it's...
Oh yeah, that was he's talking about Kevin McCarthy right there. But yes, Cavill talks about a tenderness in there. And then this article from Collider, he talks about it again too. Henry Cavill explains his motivation for wanting to continue playing Superman. It is personal to a degree. So, I mean, obviously, you know, I know some people don't like when he says certain things about Superman because, hey, that's not what we're what the hell? But, you know, it's certain stuff that we've heard from him before. You know, he's pretty much not changed his tone for what he says. He says right here, here's a quote right here. It says, I felt like Man of Steel was a wonderful opening story, an origin story to Superman. It left a lot of space for him to grow beyond that and become the hero that we recognize. Batman vs. Superman took a hard turn down a darker route, and it was a Batman perspective story, and so it didn't really show the aspects of Superman, which I was very, very keen to show. Justice League Snyder Cut definitely leaned into that a bit more, and I had a bit more of a gentleness to the tone of the thing, and I would love to have the opportunity to play the Superman that we know and love from the comics as a continuation of his development as we see the hero. And that would be really, really exciting for me because there's an opportunity to tell a lot of interesting story there, and it's just about finding the right hooks to have a character that is a good and idealistic as Superman. That there are wonderful opportunities to delve into what it's like to exist as him and those hardships that come with that. Which, of course, was represented in Man of Steel and BVS. When you have to save everyone, how hard is that on you? That could be an interesting line to run. It's like, well, Henry, that's what kind of BVS was touching on. I know it was a Batman perspective, I will say that, but at the same time, those kind of themes were part of BVS. So there's that right there. There's that, and then he, of course, Cavill also talked about the red undies, which is always a debate. I know. I mean, every like fucking 7 weeks, it seems like on my timeline, it's either Batman Doesn't Kill or the fucking red chonies. But this is what he had to say last night or the night before on Colbert right here, or Colbert.
I love the look of your Superman. Right. I want to know, how do you feel about the fact that he doesn't have the big red underwear? Because he looks a little naked to me. Right. Yeah.
No.
We know how you out there.
Yeah, we know how you feel, Colbert.
It was a bit of a hangover from strongmen from 20s or something, and I thought that actually it had potential to work. I mean, maybe not exactly those ones.
Nope.
Right. But admittedly, his hips are wider than his shoulders. But I kind of miss the grandma panties on Superman.
You know what? I really loved my suit. I thought it was pretty cool.
So did we.
However, if it were to happen again, I would definitely be open to the idea of adding the trunks in some way, shape, or form.
All right. Maybe something tasteful like a little red thong or something like that.
Yeah, just in the back.
Red thong sounds like the name of a villain from DC.
Kind of does.
I'm the red thong.
Kind of does, right? So, I mean, I'm actually surprised, and I'm kind of proud that I'm glad that I did not see like a big uproar about Cavill being open to the to that fact of like, you know, if there was like the red trunks in some form. I don't think that's ever going to return because I don't think there's any way to really do the red trunks anymore. I mean, again, we always got to remember too that Zack wanted the red chonies. I mean, he did at one point, but it just didn't work. But Zack did at one point. I mean, I know that's always like a debate, but Zack actually said that he was trying to have that on the on the suit, but you know, it didn't work. Obviously, it's just modernized. I mean, obviously, even with Batman, you don't have his chonies on there, his outside undies as well. So, But I'm just surprised that there wasn't like a big uproar because I saw something like that. Let's see. The Buck and Sarnoff and Hamada, No Nuts, have ruined a gold mine that Justice League 2 and 3 would have brought in $2 billion. They were shooting for from the jump. They need to be sodomized. Wow, with sandpaper. Copy of that sounded painful, man. But I like where your head's at. Intense. Thank you, The Buck, for the $10 donation. Appreciate it. But yeah, they definitely left a gold mine on the table. But no. So I mean, I'm glad that there's not more, because I've seen some of the people in the fandom kind of turn on him a little bit just for some of the remarks that he said, and the fact that he's like, he wants to get to that point. But I mean, that's where Zack was always leading the story. Again, I've said it many times, the people that were not all about what Zack was doing with Superman, when they saw his Justice League movie, they went, oh, that's what we're getting to. I get it now. Oh, yeah. So now we can actually get to that point to be, we're like, oh yeah, that's the Superman that we know. And then, but again, I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can always say like, hey, Cavill, some of those themes were in BVS. I mean, he's always talked about how BVS was very much more of a Batman perspective, which it is. It can be. And I mean, all of us love the fact that instead of just having like this, a big, huge villain for Superman to fight, it was like, well, let's just have Batman, because let's have Batman just, this old weathered Batman just show up and just do that. And, yeah, I mean, obviously we love the fact that they took that approach too. But at the same time, Zack was really trying to set the foundation, like I keep on saying. We talked about it yesterday, even with J.K. Simmons, talking about how Zack Snyder's Justice League and Batgirl are practically in the same universe. But of course, things change. But at the same time, you're just going to go like, what the fuck? Why have they not given more to this man? You have him. He wants to play Superman again. He's basically, every interview, he's just expressing how much he wants to play Superman again. And yet these fucking assholes over here at Warner Brothers are going like, no, we're going to do a different one. That's right. We're going to do a different one. We got a different one. We're not going to do. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Every time that Cavill talks about wanting to play Superman again, I just go like, why? They should be calling him right after the interview. They should be calling him. They should be blowing up his phone and being like, all right, let's start working with this. Start working out schedules. Start working out, like, getting somebody to fucking be right. I mean, maybe that somebody is writing a script right now, for all we know, or there are already scripts that are being, rewritten and everything right now. Who knows? But it's just like, come on, he's right there. He's right there. Look at that side profile. I mean, that's fucking Superman right there. My God, he's right there. How do you not look at that man and not see Superman? He's just right, and his value keeps going up. He's fucking Bitcoin. He's Bitcoin. All right? His value just keeps on going up. Just doesn't make sense. Man, I tell you what. It's what we want to see. Right there. See? We don't want to see the red chonies. I don't think it's going to work. Unless they do something unique and different, but it's just not going to work. I don't know. The red chones on here, I just don't see it. I don't see it. But the fact that he's open to it, the man just wants to play Superman, okay? The man just wants to play Superman. So that's, of course, so if they want to put red chonies on him, put red chonies on him. He'll play it. But if you put on a thong, I think there'll be people that'll be okay with that. Okay? Put a thong on him, a red thong. I think that probably put some butts in the seats. Just saying. There's a thought. Anyways, okay. So now we move on. Let's move on to James Cameron. All right. So James Cameron, of course, is actively working on his Avatar sequels, which we saw that image, showed that image last night, which looked very concept arty, looked kind of previs-esque, but he was recently interviewed by another respectable director, which was kind of cool. But Variety right here posted this right here. That shows Denis Villeneuve. That's right. They talk about Avatar, Dune, and the future of movies right here. It's a good article. We'll go through it. We'll kind of comb through right here. And it's great because I love the fact that the mutual respect. At first, Denny can't hide his nerves. Obviously, yes, that would be, you're talking to James Cameron. Of course, you're going to have nerves. And sense of wonder when he meets James Cameron over international Zoom with Villeneuve. I know I always have trouble saying that, in Los Angeles, and Cameron was in New Zealand. It's an honor for me to talk to you, the 54-year-old director of Arrival, tells the 67-year-old director of Aliens. I've been a massive fan of your work, sir, since a long time. Don't make me feel too old, Cameron said, of course. Soon enough, though, these two celebrated directors are geeking out like old friends. Cameron repeatedly praises Villeneuve's adaptation of Frank Herbert's seminal sci-fi novel Dune about the rise of Paul Atreides and blah, 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 blah. Villeneuve interrogates Cameron about the 4 Avatar sequels he's been making for the better part of a decade with a largely new young cast. Of course, over the course of an hour, the two compare their philosophies behind the rigors of building out their respective planets of jeez, I'm totally like drawing a blank. Pandora and of course why am I totally blanking on Arrakis? Jeez, I could not. I was like, wait, how do you like pronounce that? My brain just went. I still smelling that food, by the way. Remember how I said it's still wafting through my apartment? My stomach is going. When are you gonna be done with? Jesus Christ, man! I tell you what. But yeah, if you guys want to read this, they talk about just all this stuff. He said, let me kick off by just saying that it's a pleasure to meet you and get it kind of out. And he talks about the triumph of Dune. Just to say up front, before I start hectoring your with questions, how much do I love the film? And at the end of the 2.5 hours, I didn't want it to end. I want more. Thankfully, you're going to do part 2. So there you go. There you go. Just a respect, a mutual respect right there. And it's got to be nice when you're a director that's finally making a name for yourself. And James Cameron, of all people, are like, dude, your movie was the shit. Your movie was the shit. So, of course, they talk about that world building and being the filmmakers and all that stuff. Let's see. And then Cameron even talking about Dune right here. Hey, we got a new member right there, Mr. the Buck. Thank you, sir. But I had a grand, let's see the book, blah, 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 he talks about that. The thing that strikes me about Dune is that it's truly epic. When I use the word epic, I'm using it in a very specific way, meaning like a David Lean film or to be very a large extent like the Lord of the Rings films. But when I think of films that have epic events in them, like let's say a Marvel Universe film where whole cities get destroyed and so on and don't feel epic to me. So there you go. Oh, watch out, Marvel fanboys. Cameron throwing a little shade. Saying that Marvel films don't feel epic to him. Watch out. I'm surprised that nobody took that line and started turning on James Cameron. But yeah, he said that. They don't feel epic to me. Man, you seem to have the discipline, the vocabulary, and actual epic filmmaking, that kind of grand, I don't even know what that word is, frame that just presented and takes its time with the music and so on. Is that just innate with you? Were you trying a style on the film that you hadn't done? And this is what Denny had to say. He said, I would say that the idea was to try to bring back humanity to its right position in the ecosystem, like in the book, where the humans are not in control of nature. There's not a lot of middle ground shots, landscape, and faces. I learned about the power of landscape working on documentaries and the National Film Board of Canada when I was an assistant back in the Pierre Perrault, a documentary filmmaker. He went nearby the North Pole and the Ellesmere Island. He spent several weeks there. So, yeah, they're just kind of talking about just trying to building that atmosphere and everything like that. It's pretty cool. And then he says right here, he said, Cameron says, I've been in the filmmaking game for about 40 years. I started off with all real sets and real tricks and all in camera and made an aesthetic discipline out of that. If I hadn't done that, I don't think I could do all the virtual stuff now. I think that your documentary experience has given you enough, because you're clearly working also with visual effects and blending the two quite seamlessly, which is very true. You watch Dune, you kind of go, where's the VFX? Where's the actual landscapes and everything like that? It's crazy. It's crazy. So, and then of course they talk about all that, but let's get to the part where they're talking about, of course, when I took Avatar, I said not different, blah blah blah. Let's see. I think the classic mistake that people make when they're using CGI for a helicopter scene is that they'll have the helicopter come right by the lens. Anybody that's ever shot air to air knows you can't do that. I think that a lot of CG artists didn't come up in photography as we did, which gives us a bit of advantage. So they talk about how the fact of blending in CGI and of course real photography right there, which is good. We do want more of that. So casting, it's like cliche. This is what Denny had to say, but truly I feel it's probably the most stressful part of the process. Fortunately, I will say the book created a lot of enthusiasm in acting community. And then Cameron even said Chalamet is such an obvious choice once you've seen him in the role. Was he always obvious to you, or were you exploring the stumbling? Yeah, I love the fact that Cameron almost seems like he's like more fascinated with Denny and his process of creating Dune right here. So I love that. I love the fact that it's kind of going it's going the other way, I guess you would say. But let's see. Earth is not one ecosystem. Of course, they're talking about building worlds and everything. Like I said, you guys, we're not going to go through this whole thing. It's a long interview right here. So he says, okay, so what is cinema? This is what Denny has to say. For me, it's capturing images. It's something that can be done in different sizes of screen. My problem is the danger of making movies that are built like a franchise brings the language of cinema to the structure of television. I see that with some franchises right now where it looks closer to TV. I'm talking about the language. And Cameron says the narrative language. He says, I'm very optimistic. I think that the theatrical experience will prevail. I think we need this kind of massive, immersive, physical experience. The sound, the Atmos system or IMAX, it becomes physical. It's something that cannot be reproduced at home. There's nothing more powerful than to share an emotion together in a theater. I think that as humans, we need that kind of connection. I agree. I think we are not meant to be isolated, so I'm optimistic. I hope that the language of cinema will not become too much like TV. And this is what Cameron had to say. He said, if you know your character's always going to survive so that they can make another movie, then there's no real jeopardy. There's no anxiety on the part of the audience that someone that they've fallen in love with is going to die, And Denny said, What is your take on the theater experience and streaming? Are you afraid of the evolution of things right now? And here's what Cameron had to say, of course. I'm not afraid. I like change. I'm a child of the 60s. I like when things are chaotic. I think what we can see is an expanded form of cinema. I want to do a movie that's 6 hours long and 2.5 hours long at the same time. Same movie. Again, who's the blueprint? Say his name. Say his name. You can stream it for 6 hours, or you can go and have a more condensed roller coaster immersive experience of that, a more immersive version of that experience in a movie theater. Same movie, just one's the novel and one's the movie. Why not? Let's just use these platforms in ways that haven't been done before. So here we go. We have James Cameron. Okay, and that's where we're going to wrap it up right there. We have James Cameron kind of like talking about like, hey, okay, so you want to see a more condensed version of this story in a movie, 2.5 hours long in a movie theater experience? There you go. Okay, now we got streaming. You want to see the long version? And he said 6 hours. He said 6 hours. You want to see the long version? Here you go right here. That could be something that could be played with when it comes to the, streaming versus the movie theater experience. It's like, yeah, you can have this movie theater experience that's more condensed, but then you want to get the more longer version, you watch it at home. It's interesting. Very interesting. So, and again, who's the blueprint? I mean, Can we get Zack Snyder involved? Can we have a 3-way conversation? Bring in Ridley Scott. Bring in Ridley Scott too while we're at it, huh? Let's get a round table of just, let's bring people in and talk about that, because I like what Cameron had to say right there. He kind of almost went like, yeah, this is how you can maybe have both. I kind of, it's interesting because, you obviously when it comes to the movie theater experience, yes, they don't want to have movies that are, longer than 3 hours, I guess you could say. But it's like, well, yeah, then the backup plan is like put it over here where you can actually watch this longer, this director's cut, I guess you could say. I'm kind of curious to see like what would Ridley Scott say about James Cameron's his answer to that. What would his answer be to that? Would he be okay with that if because I heard there's supposed to be a House of Gucci cut. There's, Ridley Scott's known to have director's cuts. Everybody has a director's cut. That's just the fact of the matter right there. And it kind of makes you wonder, are we going to get a longer Dune cut? Because we know shit was cut out of that. So it's like, hey, HBO Max, everybody over there, can we get Denny's cut? What's going on with that? Can we get a longer cut when we're watching on streaming? And of course, naturally, we want to see it on the biggest screen possible. But still, I don't know. It just seems like you just got to find that balance. You got to find that balance. And I think what these studios and these CEOs need to be talking with is they need to talk to these filmmakers. What are your ideas when it comes to the where the industry is going, okay? Talk to your Ben Afflecks. Talk to your James Camerons. Talk to these guys, okay? Why do you think that Zack Snyder pitched the Snyder Cut as a series? He knew exactly how to pitch it because he was like, all right, streaming makes sense, divided up, in episodes. So that's why he pitched it that way. But of course, the whole logistics and Toby, the logistics, of course, of paying the actors and Toby, I'm just going to say his name over and over again. Of course, put the kind of like a kibosh on that because I think there was actually more that was actually going to go with each episodes. I don't know. I think there was a little bit. There's something else that was going to be going on with that too. But yeah, it's like these. Listen to the talent. Listen to these creators. They will work with you. They see. Yes, you have your Christopher Nolans that are not all about streaming really. He really is just all about the theatrical. But hopefully Nolan gets more like, hey. But he's had his comments about streaming too, but I'm just saying, just work with your these creators, man. That's what you got to do. And hopefully Zaslav does that. Seems like Netflix is doing that. But hopefully Zaslav just kind of goes like, okay, we got to work with these creators. What are their ideas when it comes to all this? And, I'm just liking it. I'm liking it. So, yeah. Whoa. What's going on? Some stuff going on. We arguing right there. So don't argue. It's okay. We're okay. We're all friends here. Anyways, I thought that was a good reading through that was pretty good though. All right. Then finally, we'll wrap it up with Hawkeye, of course. Hawkeye episode 5. Like I said, there's no secrets anymore. We know that Kingpin was going to be showing up and, he does. I won't say how. I won't say what the scene is or anything like that. But yes, we finally do see that. I think, but I think it was a little too, I think it could have been better. That was just my opinion. But I would say that this was probably the best episode of the season. Last week I said that episode was probably the worst one, even though the ending was great because obviously it brought back another character, and we all know it's Elena now. We all know that she's back and blah, blah, blah. But this time, yes, we got Florence. Pew, 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 pew. We had, this series has, of course, Haley Steinfeld. Now you got Florence Pugh. And then, I forgot what the actress's name who plays Echo. Man, there's just all kinds of just hotness that are happening with in this series. I'm just saying, because I'm like crushing on also Echo as well. I'm crushing on that actress. I'm like, damn. She's also very beautiful, but yeah. So, but of course, having Yelena back, it's been great. It was great because when you have the back and forth between her and Kate Bishop, it's a really good scene. It's a very good scene actually. So yeah. Yes, it does. Next week, of course, is the series finale, or not the series finale, but the season finale. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that and how much of a role Kingpin. It's just kind of funny how it like builds up. I just think they could have like did a little bit of a better job when it came to all that. So, yeah. So, but yeah, it was good. And like I said, just to have, I think Florence Pugh's Yelena is gonna have. They're gonna give her own series. They have to at this point. She's just a crowd favorite. She just really is. She's just very likable. She's very charismatic. I mean, there's just something about how she plays that character. I mean, she was the shining gem of Black Widow in my eyes, in a lot of people's eyes, because I was not a big fan of Black Widow, but I was a fan of her character, and I'm like, good. Let's retire Scarlet. Now let's go over here with Florence. I'm totally fine with that. And just to see more of that right there and see her interacting and expanding her story, I thought it was pretty great. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, overall still enjoying the series. So she's also so gorgeous. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of just gorgeous gals that are in this series, that's for sure. Okay. Are we okay here? What's happening? Thought that's not something to be joke. Oh, did somebody make a joke? The Buck. Did you make a bad joke? I wasn't reading. I was going off a big spiel right now. What's going on? You just became a new member. What are you talking about? Let's not fight. We're okay, guys. Anyways, all right, so that's all the topics. Let's go ahead and go to the Twitter questions, and then we'll do the members only stream, of course, right after this. See what okay. Let me find it here. All right, let's see what you guys have to say over here on Twitter. All right, Carrie. Hey, Dave. I heard recently that Kylar tweeted positively about Zack Snyder's Justice League success. He was going rogue from the other WB execs, upsetting them, and then it said, let's see, if he's the CEO, how did others like Emmerich somehow get power over him? I don't know. Probably, yeah, the pressure and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like they can probably easily pressure him. They just have more power than he does. That's what I heard too. I'm like, as much as Kylar, we wish that Kylar had more of the power. Toby sadly has a lot, and of course Sarnoff does too. Brad Curran. So with Henry commenting left and right about Superman, like with Zack and Clay's posts, I suspect, tinfoil hat, may be calculated towards the merger. Thoughts? I think it's just, I don't know if it's calculated. I'm not sure if like they're all like in a group chat together trying to like say some stuff. I don't know if it's like that, but you never know. Also, what are you most looking forward to with Army of the Dead Las Vegas? Vander Rohe's backstory and Zeus's backstory, and seeing their relationship before that. I'm looking forward to that. So. Eric, yo, Dave, here's what I'm getting at with Sarnoff being D&D neutral and probably staying. The fact that she's actually talking to J.K. Rowling is a good call. Now, if only she had the sense to do the same with Zack Snyder. That's the thing. She doesn't have the same. She put the kibosh on it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think she's neutral. She's just... Obviously, I mean, when it comes to Warner Brothers, obviously they're in a tough spot because, of course, J.K. Rowling is, she's been a topic of controversy, of course, because we live in this weird world where everybody can just, but J.K. no one's going to fully cancel J.K. Rowling, when it comes to some of the stuff that she has to say. It's all very interesting. Like I said, that's a whole topic right there. But, like I said, the Monday after a pre-written interview with her, like the Monday after Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. I mean, yeah, she's not neutral. I don't think she's neutral when it comes to that. I think she's just whatever. She's just going with, when it comes to WB and whatever the hell, and whoever is working with her, she's like going with what they want. I don't know. It's all very interesting. Das Set, Mr. Milana. How you doing? So, Dave, how high is the sky? Just messing with you. Love the show. Thank you, sir. How high is the sky? Clement. So, about the Constantine news. I remember seeing Constantine scene in Flash panel of DC Fandom 2020. Do you think they are hinting at Keanu? That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there was talk about it a while ago, too, which is kind of crazy. Yo, Dave, about to see Nightmare Alley. In the meantime, me opening the McDonald bag to find that I have, unfortunately, received an incorrect email. Or incorrect meal.
This is something else.
This is something else. Yep. That's a good meme right there. I like it. Let's see. Jay right here. She seems underestimating Netflix and overconfident over Disney. She got some nerves. Right? John Murdoch's Wayne saw No Way Home earlier today, and my favorite moment was when Redacted met Redacted, and then when Redacted, and then the awesome scene when Redacted. Hey, wait a minute. That's his red dot on. Oh, jeez. But honestly, the movie was a fucking blast from start to finish. There's a few moments I don't like, but they're the typical MCU humor moments, so whatever. Hands down, the second best CBM of 2021 behind Zack Snyder's Justice League and top 10 MCU film. This is Tom's finest hour, 5 out of 5. Wow. So there you go, Mr. Murdoch Wayne right there. He's loving it, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can't wait to see it tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be good. So anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up because you guys seem to be arguing in the chat right here. I don't have, there was some kind of joke that of course I didn't catch, but it's fine, but hey, let's turn on the music and hey, let's wrap it up for the week for Film Junkee Live. Of course, tomorrow, I'll try to post something on Patreon, like an audio exclusive that I'm trying to do every Thursday. And we'll see that. And then, of course, I got to look forward to my first reaction, of course, to Spider-Man No Way Home. And then I'll post my initial review. And then, of course, we'll have the vodka stream. I think it'll be a Christmas vodka stream for sure. Because I don't think I'm going to have a vodka stream on Christmas Eve since it's on Friday. So it'll be a Christmas vodka stream. I think, let's have some eggnog. I'm thinking that's going to be the drink of choice on Friday. So let's have some eggnog when it comes to all that. Oh, let's turn that off. It's probably echoing. Sorry, guys. But anyways, smash that like, thumbs up before you leave. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Become a member if you want to be part of the members-only stream, post-show stream that I'm going to be doing. We got the Patreon right there. I'll be doing a Patreon stream this weekend. All that stuff. And then, of course, the Film Junkee Closet down below if you want to get some merchandise. All right, guys. Love you. And, I'll see you members in a little bit. But, of course, I'll see you, the other people on Friday. Bye-bye.